Everybody know my son King. He's a passionate young man.
He's very passionate.
Yeah, and he has some tumultuous times. But the Lord ain't through with him yet.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, and he get better every day and learn from his mistakes the same way any of us did when we was that.
Y'all won't believe the drama unfolding in T.I's household right now. The rapper is facing what might be his biggest challenge yet as a father. And honey, it's a doozy. Word on the street, and trust me, this tea is piping hot, is that King Harris has been living that DL life. But that's not even the juiciest part. There's apparently footage circulating that caught King in a rather compromising position with his DL partner. And guess who's got their hands on this explosive tape? None other than T.I, Tiny, and, plot twist, King's baby mama, Big Nana. Inside sources are spilling that T.I is absolutely devastated, not just because of the tape's existence, but because King never opened up to his family about his sexuality. Now, T.I's running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to contain this mess and make sure these tapes don't end up splashed all over the internet. Can you imagine the scandal? Let's be real for a second. T.I and Tiny being clueless about King Harris's sexuality, not exactly shocking news if you've been following this family saga. Anyone who's kept up with their story knows they're living proof that you can be amazing people, major celebrities, and still struggle in the parenting department. Remember when King spilled all that tea about living with his grandmother in the hood? Poor thing only got to see mom and dad when they were filming Family Hustle. The shade of it all.
Yeah, man, there's a lot about that TV show, man, that got people confused. Because I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like the weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house.
Here's the thing, darlings. Even though King Harris had everything money could buy, thanks to his parents' success, it was his grandmother who actually stepped up as his real parent. And while we can totally understand why he might have kept his sexuality under wraps from his grandparents, you know how that older generation can be, bless their hearts. It's heartbreaking that he couldn't even confide in his own parents. Their relationship was about as smooth as sandpaper, if you catch my drift. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know King Harris has been making headlines lately, and it's all about his relationship with Big Nana. After King went public about their romance, media sources were buzzing like angry bees about how T.I was not having it. The reason? Chile, he thought the age gap was suspicious, and let's be honest, he was convinced Big Nana was just after that sweet, sweet fame and T.I's family fortune. When Big Nana got pregnant, honey, the drama reached fever pitch. The baby shower was a whole situation. T.I didn't even show up. Can you believe the audacity? But let me tell you something. That baby changed King Harris like nobody's business. It was like someone flipped a switch and suddenly he had purpose. The way he shows off that baby on Instagram, pure love, sweeties.
A lot of people hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep. And the truth be told, before this little I ain't been getting no sleep, you know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle, lifestyle just lifing, you know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And, he like to walk around the house. So, that's what I've been dealing with. But, if y'all want to come see what I'm going through early in the morning, with Lil Junior, I call him Lil Jack Jack as a baby, cause Jack Jack from. Anyway, y'all wanna see what we doing? Tap in on the Snapchat.
Now, just when we thought things were settling down with King embracing fatherhood, this DL bombshell drops. Sources are whispering that this scandalous video of King and his DL partner landed right in T.I and Big Nana's inboxes. And baby, when I tell you T.I was shook, that's an understatement. The plot thickens because T.I nearly lost it when he discovered Big Nana had her own copy of the tape. Trust issues? You bet. He's convinced she's keeping it as insurance, maybe for a little future blackmail action. And given that T.I's already suspicious of her motives, remember how he thinks she's just there for the coins, having this video in her possession is like giving matches to a pyromaniac. Chile, T.I. wasn't playing around. He hired a private investigator faster than you can say scandal. Turns out, King's ex-DL partner was behind the whole thing, trying to make some quick cash with threats to leak the video. T.I. had them arrested quicker than a New York minute. But here's the gag. If that video ever sees the light of day, T.I.'s betting his bottom dollar it'll be Big Nana's doing, since she straight up refused to destroy her copy. The family drama didn't stop there, honey. T.I. and Tiny tried to have a heart-to-heart with King about his sexuality and the video, but Lord have mercy, it went south real quick. You know how T.I. and King are. Oil and water. The conversation exploded into a heated argument, with King calling out his parents for their absence when he needed them most. Poor thing couldn't even turn to his grandmother, fearing judgment. Let's keep it real. Finding out your son is DL from a tape, that's enough to give anyone gray hairs, especially when you're in the spotlight. But T, I need to take several seats and accept some responsibility here. Writing checks isn't the same as being present, period, but T.I. and Tiny seem to think shipping their kids off to grandparents while they globetrot is perfectly fine. And don't even get me started on how this isn't just about King. Their daughter Zonique spilled similar tea about staying with her grandma, Tiny's mom, and only seeing her parents during TV filming. These children were starving for parental love, and that's the sad truth of it all.
Okay, so I would say what hurt me would be like, I'm honestly like my mom being like with Tip all the time.
Damn.
Like,
Timestamp that.
not
I got you.
that. I feel
I
like
got
even now and today, like that's how it is. Like they're just tied to the hip. But now I'm grown, so it's like I can't really. But it's like they'd rather go places with each other. So anytime he gotta go, she gotta go. She gotta go, he go. It's just like.
Now, here's the latest piping hot tea. T.I. and Tiny are butting heads over what to do next. Sources say Tiny's pushing for King to come clean about his sexuality, thinking it's better to get ahead of the story before it explodes, but T.I., baby, he is not having it. He's trying to keep everything under wraps, worried sick that King's DL confession could destroy his street cred and tarnish his 20-year hip-hop legacy. T.I.'s solution? He wants King to focus on Big Nana and their baby, reasoning that with the tapes destroyed, who's going to believe the ex-DL partner anyway? Chile, the drama. The fans have been going wild in the comments, with some defending T.I.'s right to disagree with his children's choices without being labeled a bad parent. Others are preaching about not forcing parents to accept something they're uncomfortable with, saying it'll cause more harm than good. Some sympathetic souls are asking for patience, saying T.I. just needs time to process this shock. So what's your take on all this tea? Is T.I. being selfish by trying to keep King's sexuality under wraps? Or is Daddy Dearest just trying to protect his son? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to check out what's coming up next.